Hey mans, what's up? It's me, Isabela Martinez, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm testing out some KKW Beauty products. Only thing I have here that I have used before is the powder contour kit. So it's kind of like a full face of KKW Beauty, owned by Kim Kardashian West. And so we're gonna get started. So the newest, so I bought a few things. So I have the contour powder kit, which I do use a lot. I mainly just use this. I actually just put it back in here. I depotted this. It's a magnetic thing, so it's easy to depot. And it's in my Z palette, and so I just put it back in here for the sake of the video. So I use this quite often, almost every day. And then I grabbed a contour stick after they did like the whole single ones. And this is in medium 2. And you get a decent amount of product in here. I'm not going to roll it up all the way, but you can see it goes up a decent amount for a contour stick. And then I have her concealer. I got the shade number 5 because it said like a light medium with yellow undertones, which is me. And then I did get the brightening powder, but I do realize I got the wrong shade. I got shade number 3. Also, these things are hard. This one is hard to open. Number 3, which is a little too yellow. It looked a lot lighter. So I think I'm going to see how this works, and if I kind of like the formula, I probably will buy a lighter shade like the 2, which is I think more of a peachy undertone. Okay, so let's get started. I already did my foundation, so we're just going to jump right into the concealer. Should I zoom in? I guess I am. And this is number 5, by the way. So I was watching, hold on, I need to fix something. Note to self, have your foundation fully blended out before you start. So a lot of people are saying these dry down quickly, so I'm only going to do one at a time. Feels very thick. So just like that, and we're going to blend it out with a real technique sponge. Okay. Interesting. I'm gonna let it sit just because I saw how it dries. And besides, I saw them layering it up on Kim, so. Okay. This is how I highlight my fresh. I also put concealer on my upper lip because it tends to crease. So number 5, I think, is the first shade in the medium kit. Kind of feel like I maybe should have gone a little bit lighter because it is very yellow. I like the way it blended out on my forehead. Interesting. So it's not super full coverage. It isn't greasy. I was worried it was gonna feel like, not greasy, like cakey, because I was worried after feeling the formula, because it is a thick formula, but it's not a gross thick formula. Like, I do not like the cosmetic Bye Bye Under Eye, like the tube one. It's just so greasy on me. I hate it, and I was worried it was gonna feel like that when I was putting it on my eyes, but it actually feels pretty fine. So we're gonna try out the contour. I feel like once we do all the contour and everything, the highlight will look brighter at the end, because I'm worried that the shade is a little bit too yellow for me, number 5. Okay, so the nose. Okay. And to blend this out, I'm using my Clairsonic. So I meant to contour first, but I forgot. So I'm gonna do a little bit more highlighting. I know we're going crazy, but it doesn't matter because I have no plans. I'm just gonna re-highlight my nose because when I contour my nose, I usually like to contour first because I feel like after you do the contour part, the lightness sometimes will fade. Just like that. Okay, now we are going to set my face. I'm using a peach powder, and if this peach powder works really well with this, then I might end up getting the peach one instead of like the peach tint. This is the Too Faced Peach Perfect Filter Powder. It has like a peach undertone to it, and I'm gonna use it first. Oh, let me just reblend because I didn't notice really any creasing. The only creasing that was there was before with my foundation. My creases under my eyes. I didn't get the powder because it wasn't really needed for me. I don't really need it because I'm an oily skin girl, so I have a lot of powder just sitting. I need a brush. One thing I don't note about this powder, the Too Faced one, I do not like it with a wet. It does not work that well with a wet sponge. It sticks to it. I need a brush. So I'm gonna just bake my whole face, just not using KKW Beauty. And then I just usually like to dust it all over my face. Ooh, that's a nice contour. I'm gonna do a very minimalistic look today because I've been watching Kim and Mario. Because I watched it a few times just to make sure I wasn't doing anything wrong. Even though I don't have half the products. But we're Gucci. Alright, so now I'm just going to, while I'm letting the powder sit a little bit, I'm gonna just put some concealer on my eyes. Let's see how far this spreads on my eye. I'm not gonna judge the creasing on my eyelid because my eyelid creases. And I don't really use concealer as an eyeshadow primer, but I just wanted to do it for the sake of the video. Alright, I'm just going to, because I saw in the video they just used this for their eyeshadow, so I'm just going to put a little bit of bronzer and contour, dust up all that excess from that eyeshadow look I did 2 days ago. Oh, this is a E23 brush, if you guys were curious. Okay, I let that sit enough. I'm not doing anything crazy, so just wiping away any excess powder. And now I'm going to take the more orange shade in the contour palette. I was going to use her brush that I do have that came with this. I don't know where it went. Okay, so this one I'm not really reviewing. I love this powder. This is my daily bronzer. I barely ever use any other bronzers because I feel like they are not warm enough for me. But I feel like this is like another version of like the Matte Give Me Sun, but for like cruelty-free people. Just gives like a very healthy, luminous glow. Okay, now to bronze. Oh, this was a Japanese brush, by the way. Just thought I should let you guys know. I'm actually gonna take this brush. This is a BH Cosmetics 4 brush from like a pink thing, and I'm gonna dip into the contour. Okay. See, now that I've bronzed, the highlighting looks a lot brighter. So let's just go in with the highlighting powder. This is what, because I really like a bright under eye, even though I picked the wrong color, but we're going to see if it still works. This does come with a mirror. Oh, everything retails, except for the powder, retails for $18. I think the contour sticks also are for $18, but I'm not sure. I'll leave it a little numbers somewhere. Okay, so I'm using this brush. This I use to like pack on the powder. If I'm packing on just like a matte like white shade, I'll do it with this brush. I do it just set down here if I don't want to have a sponge and I want to try something else. So this is AE30, and I'm just gonna go in. Very powdery. Oh wow. You can tell the difference in the camera. I don't know, I feel like I'm glad that I picked this shade, even though I do want to get another shade when it gets, oh, I put too much. Oh, that setting spray is SPF, that's why I closed my eyes like that. Okay, so I'm going to take this powder, I'm going to put it on my nose, because I feel like we'll really be able to tell. Does that look brighter to you guys? I think this eye, even though I patted in a little bit more, I still think this eye looks brighter. So this, even though this is supposed to be for dark, I did not know you could do that with the plain setting powder. Ooh, I like this. So once again, the only reason why I didn't get the powder was because I did watch a lot of reviews, and I don't need a new powder. I love looking for new concealers. And I've actually been searching, not even kidding, I've been searching for a brightening powder. And she's known for her bright under eyes, her Mario. So I'm going to just do mascara and a little bit of highlight, and I'll be right back. Crazy what a few coats of mascara can do for you. Okay, so I just did put on like a nude lip gloss. I decided to do my highlight on camera because I figured why not. If I want to do it practically a full face, I'm just going to use the highlights in here. I'm not the biggest fan of these highlights, I'll just say that. I'm going to go in with this one. I wanted to get her ultralight beams or whatever they were, but when I bought these, I looked to see what they had, and the rose gold one was out of stock, so I just decided not to get any because I wasn't sure. Okay. I like that KKW Beauty, she's kind of making it, something about the brand has like more of a approachable way to makeup, because she wanted, like, everything she's done, she's wanted it to be less intimidating. Like her contour kits, she said she wants to take away the intimidation out of contour, so she made it easy, blendable, okay for like the everyday girl or whatever. And same thing I feel like with these are pretty full coverage, but they're not super full coverage, so it's not super cakey for someone who doesn't wear makeup all the time. So I think that's really cool about her brand. Just showing that you can get that glam look in your own home, I feel like. Okay, let's go into the final thoughts. So let's start with everything. We're gonna start with concealer. I do like the concealer. I think it might be a little bit too yellow for me. I'm gonna test it out because the foundation I'm wearing is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD stick, and I usually wear the Marc Jacobs Remarkable, but when I watched Nikki Tutorial and James Charles, he said he was wearing it and he doesn't really like the mixture, so I wanted to see, didn't want to like make it look bad if I knew some people don't find that mixture good. So I feel like when I wear that, because it's a little bit darker, this will be okay with how yellow it is. Then the brightening powder, I really like this. This was the thing I was the most excited about. My concealer is from the medium, and then my brightening powder is from the dark section, and I feel like if I got the medium, like the peach one, it would be way too bright. I still kind of want it though, I'm not gonna lie. Sorry, I was just looking at the camera. And then the contour stick, also first impression. I really like this. It was very creamy, easy to use. I'm gonna see how I like it like with any other things, because I kind of just use whatever contour stick I have. But I've been getting more into cream contour because I use my Clarisonic, which makes it really easy. And so this was really cool. You do get a lot more product in the first launch, so I recommend getting one of these because it's gonna last you a lot longer. This bad boy, I use this all the time. This is my go-to. Don't really use the highlighters in here, to be completely honest. Sometimes I feel like they're a little bit too light for my skin tone. Not in studio. In like regular lighting, these are too light for my skin tone sometimes. Like it looks icy and not in a huge good way. But I do think these powders are very creamy and easy to blend. Can powders be creamy? I don't know. And so yeah, that's pretty much the end of this. Thank you so much for watching my almost full face of KKW Beauty. If you like what you saw, then just subscribe. You know what I mean? Like, you just gotta press that one little button and it's okay. So subscribe, like, comment down below, whatever the other people say, but for me, this time for me. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. Catch it.